Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry for being MIA for a little bit. I was super sick over the holiday. It started on Thanksgiving. I had a sore throat and man, it just worked its way down into my lungs. And I started this new job, and I had probation for 90 days, so I had to tough it out and go to work and all that and still fight that stuff. So I was coming home and sleeping like soon as I got home all day. So making content was super tough, and I didn't have any backup videos to make for y'all. So I'm sorry about being MIA, guys, for a little bit, but we're back in action, and we got a great video to do today. Something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time, and I've already had the kit for a while. So let me flip y'all around on the back side of the camera, and I'll show y'all what we're going to do today. Alright, so as y'all know, the General has roll-up windows and no power locks. So what I have is this kit that you've been seeing going around for quite some time now. Basically a pretty simple install. It comes with the pod for 2 switches over here, so you can either cover up your knob or put it where you want, which is pretty sweet. And the switches even illuminate, which is pretty wicked in itself. Comes with the harness, all the hardware. I mean, everything you need to do this install. The instructions, I would say, are not that great, so watching it on YouTube will be your better bet. Of course, they got all the stuff to stick in here. I mean, it's basically a worm gear. Pretty simple design. It just does exactly what you do. It worm gears the thing up and down. Pretty simple. The hardest part about it will be feeding the wires through, but we do have power in the door with speakers and this old ass slide here, so we can go right through this boot here. I don't think it will be too bad, and we don't have to worry about drilling any holes and all that. Like if you were doing this on a C10, you would have to drill holes, because nothing on the C10 is even power, well, unless you get 80s and up. But anyway, this is where we're going to start today, is on this kit. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and also the General is going to start being the daily driver, so that's another reason why I'm doing all this stuff to it, because the Chevy out here, we're trying to sell it. Yeah, so me and the wife, we want to try to get a house next year, and we're just really trying to eliminate a bunch of debt, and you know how it is, getting ourselves prepared for getting a house next year, and then hopefully I can get a badass garage with a badass yard to where I can make a bigger shop going around the back, and then we can make some really badass epic content, and then we can do some garage videos and all that on the progress. So anyway, enough rambling around. We're going to get going on this video. Now also, I don't have it laid out right now because I got to find it, but I got automatic door lock poppers with a little key fob to install too, so while we're in the door. I'm going to do it because I'm going to have to take these door panels off and all that. I'm going to try to clean up these door panels too, paint them and all that. I'm still on the fence of, because if y'all see over here, I also got a new, I think I pointed this out in the other video, I'm debating on doing green around here and keeping the rest black. This green, the OD green, not this bright green, you see. But I was thinking about doing these little trim rings in the green too. And I don't know, maybe maybe putting something logo or something right in here in the same green, just to kind of spice the door up a little bit, because the door is kind of, you know, dull. So anyway, that's where we're at, and let's start getting these door panels off and get this thing rolling. Keep watching. All right, so I located the power. Now I wanted to show you all this. I bought this sucker a long time ago. I mean, we're talking almost 10 years ago, and never used it. So now is a good time. I did a little jumper, so it has a little brain here. And this was actually for a 4-car. When I bought it, it was for an old BMW, but I only need 2, of course, for the general. But as you can see here, it comes with this. So basically, you see it. Pretty simple. You just hook it up to and of course this, you're going to want to have it to straight battery, because you want to be able to unlock your doors without having the key in the ignition. So yeah, that's how we're going to hook it up. You know, it just has these little arms in there that you hook up, and you basically you know, tie them in with these little blocks and set screws. It's pretty simple. I mean, whenever you turn the key inside the door, which I haven't taken this stuff apart yet, this will be my second video, which you see the video before I was working on the window. So I'm doing all this together. So basically, when you're doing this, you're basically just moving one of those rods. So that's all this thing's going to do, is just move the rod back and forth. Real easy. Bam, bam. And this actually came with 2 of them, so that's cool. And they both still work after never being used over 10 years. Let's see if this is the receipt here. Nope, not it. I'm gonna actually see when I bought this thing. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's see, a date here was come on, give me a date. Well, I don't see a date. Usually there's a date on there somewhere. But anyway, it was just been kind of cool to see when I actually ordered it. All right, so let's get to getting this installed. Keep watching. while you're in here doing this process, you see how these are missing. Well, you might get lucky and be able to go to the parts house and get some. And then that way, you'll have a nice panel that goes all the way in like it's supposed to, instead of flopping around like this one was. So, and you can see here, see that rod there? That's what I was talking about. All you got to do is basically hook it up to that, and you are freaking golden. So that's going to be super easy. Super, super, super easy. And also I have that sound dampening stuff that I'm going to put all up inside here too while we're in here. So this is multiple things going on in this video, as you're going to see. Alright, so we got both sides off. I didn't show you all that one, but first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the speaker and get it out of the way, because that's an easy access hole to that where you're going to run your wiring. And then you can see how nasty this is. So I'm going to clean all this up first on both doors before I start messing with any of this crap. But I'm not going to film that because y'all don't need to see no cleaning. But I'll bring y'all back when we start mounting the motor here. Alright, so basically once you find your little piece here that slides over, because only one will fit. Yeah, see how snug that is? Once you find that piece, in a little bag here, there's an actual little bitty screw. And you can see here, see the little shallow, deep sprocket hole. So you're going to take this screw and just screw it right into there. If I can keep it in my hands. And then basically this just slides right over in here like this. When you find just the right spot. And then also see how there's a little groove in it? These little snap rings snap in there to keep it from coming out. So we're going to take our motor and lay it out here on the actual door. So I'm going to go ahead and mount it like right in this location. That's a pretty good flat spot right there. And I'm pretty sure that's enough. There's enough room. And then I can actually run these wires right down that groove right there, which is perfect. So let me get my little clamp here to hold this up. Well, they give you 10 of these. So 4 and 4 and 4 and 4. So that'd be 3, 6, 9, 12. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm wondering. I bet you put 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. So I'm guessing 2 on there and 3 here of these little brackets. Alright, so I'm going to use these little rubber inserts. Before I get too carried away, I want to check to make sure this would actually clear this. Alright, so I'm going to show y'all where we're at here. You basically just try to pick the best place you can. Now, if you can make these hit holes or fasteners that you already have so you can do less drilling, that'd be the better bet. But as of now, that right there is what we're going to roll with. And I'm going to get a small drill bit and just do a little drilling here. I wouldn't do it with your window down because then you'll run right into it. So, but I think that will be good there, and she really won't be in a bind. She's straight across, and we got plenty of clearance underneath where this, see the big hump there. So we should be good. All right, so let me find a drill bit and I'll bring y'all right back. All right, so we drilled our holes here and we got her all screwed in. As you can see, I went for using little inserts with the rubber isolators, kind of give it, you know, maybe a little bit more. But you can see this sucker's going nowhere. So I got my little test battery set up here, and set y'all up over here. And y'all can watch her work here. She works pretty fast, and it actually kind of turns off automatically when you get to the bottom, which is pretty cool. Let me get out of the way. Here we go. We're going to go down. Perfect. So let me switch my leads here. go back up. Beautiful. It's not even that loud. So that's basically it there for installing the motor. Not too bad. Basically, we're just going to go and duplicate the other side. And then I got this nice little channel here that I can actually run. And there's a hole there, so I can run a zip tie through it. But I can run this wiring straight through there and right out the hole. It'll be just like this sucker was made for this truck. So I'm going to go ahead and put the motor and stuff on the other side. I'm not going to run y'all through that, but after we get that in, then we will do the whole wiring harness through the door. Now, what I would suggest here is take like a clothes hanger or baling wire or something and run it through there and get it coming out this side, and then just tie your wires on that side and pull your clothes hanger or baling wire through here, and the wires will come right through, and that'll stop you from having to sit there and fight all that stuff trying to feed it in there. And while you're in here, but make sure you grease up all your tracks and all that. That's what I'm going to do too while we're in here. That way it rolls really good. Alright, so for the power door deal, this is going to be a little bit more trickier than the window install, because you're really going to have to find a good place to put these on the inside without the window coming down and taking them out. So I'm basically going to try to mount it like right over in here, because the rod here is a straight shot, as you can see here, for back and forth. So yeah, we're gonna have to try to see how we can get her down inside there. And for this one, I will probably roll the window down just so I make sure I got enough clearance. So all you do is you attach these little brackets here. As you can see, this little bracket thing to your existing rod, and then this rod will slide on the other side of that bracket, and you just put some little insert screws in there, and then it basically is just going to tie them together. It's super simple. And that's all there is to it. The biggest beat down will just be making sure you get the thing out of the way enough to where when the window comes down, it doesn't take it out or scrape on it or whatever. So that's what we're going to do now, and we'll bring y'all back. All right, guys, so I put my window down here, and I kind of just eyeballed this to where she would sit here, and I laid it up here and kind of drilled out my holes. So when I stick it up in here, we're just going to line up the holes and screw it in and slide this piece through that. So it shouldn't be too bad. Let me see if I can lay y'all over here so y'all can see it. So I'm going to kind of lay this up in here. go. We'll just kind of hold this up. Shine my light in there so I can find it. Take my watch off first before I tear it up. These things are expensive. There's my hole right there. I'm just going to hand tight these because it is plastic. And I don't want to get too crazy with you just want to tighten these set screws down. And that should be it. Should work just like that. Now let's go up with the window and make sure slowly that she is not going to rub at all. She is beautiful. See if I can hook my harness up here and I'll show y'all. Matter of fact, I'll bring y'all back after I get all this wired up in there. But yeah, it might be easier to hook up the harness before you drill it in up there, which I can take it back out real easy. Not a big deal. All right, so here's what we were talking about feeding this wire through here like a clothes hanger. So I attach both sets of my wiring through here. Luckily, this is a big enough pod for wiring, so it was pretty easy. So basically, I'm just going to sit here and feed this through slowly until it comes out. So let's see if we can magically feed her in there without having her come off. Alright, so there we have it. She just pulled through the door, up through the hole. And of course, if you would want to wire loom all this together before it went through there, I can understand that. This is all rubber and stuff in here, so I'm not too worried about it. And it'd been tougher and take longer for me to feed it through, so let's unravel this here. Alright, so this will stay there for the and this here. And see, they already kind of give you a boot right here to protect the wiring, so that's good. So now you grab your harness that has the 2 for both switches, and then you'll see this plug here. So now that you've already fed this through, you can hook this up. Matter of fact, I'm going to take it through here first. And then go ahead and snap this on. And then just look for each color. Okay, so black is there, so take your black and push it through. Solid red is above it. Push it through. Brown with the stripe. Push it through. And then push it through. And then these other 2 wires here hook up straight to the motor. So there you have that. And then these will go to your 2 switches, wherever you decide to place those. And then after that, I'll kind of secure this a little bit better. If you have those little sticky blocks you can use for zip ties, that's where these would come in handy, and you could really make it look like it was factory. And of course, this hooks up to my little thing, which we might have to pull back out to hook them up because it's pretty close in there. All right, so we got the wiring through there for the little door lock solenoid. You can kind of see it there coming down the side. So let's set y'all up here, and let me hook up the battery to it, and we'll make sure we got the lock in the right direction. So hook the power up here. And then stick the negative in here. And then make sure unlock. Okay, so unlock is up. So we got them backwards. That's unlocked. Lock is closed. Okay, so what we got to do is loosen this up right here and basically leave that away. Slide that like that to where it's latched, and then retighten it. There we go. So now let's try it again here. Hopefully I'm not in the camera. Get the little deal. Alright, so maybe I messed up there. So let's go ahead and stick this back on. Where did the screw go for that? There it is. So there we have it. Use the key fob. Works like a champ. So that I may roll the window back down again and check for clearance one more time just to make sure with this wiring she didn't get in the way, which I think we're good. Because you don't want to have to put all this back together and then find out you have something hitting. That's for sure. Alright, so I hooked up my wiring here, and see, here is this switch I was telling you it illuminates for the window. But we just kind of put this in here. And there it went down. And there it goes up. That's all there is to it. Now this might be a little bit slower than normal because I'm just using a little 12-volt battery. That might be right. Alright, as you can see, I got all the passenger side done. I even tested it a little bit. Now what I did find out is in order to get that side to work, you have to have both of these switches in. They have to be mated before that one over there will get power. So if you try to run that one over there through the wiring and it doesn't work, make sure you have these two switches in because it kind of meets the circuit. But I tried that, and I tried the door locks. Now what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go to AutoZone real quick and see if I can find some more of these clips that go on the panels that actually go in here, because I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna put all that sound dampening and stuff on the inside, and I want it to be real nice. So basically over there, all I got left is to put the other new speaker in, secure that, and that door should be done. We can figure out where we're going to mount the switches. And like I said, I'm going to paint these as well. So that might be in the next video. But what we will start after I go to AutoZone and all that, I'll start running this wiring up underneath the dash and figure out where I'm going to secure all that at. And then we should be about wrapped up. Definitely going to be epic. Hell yeah. Alright guys, back from AutoZone and O'Reilly's and all that. I was not able to locate these locally, but I did find them on Amazon. 25 of them for $5. And with Amazon Prime, that stuff will be here pretty soon. So I won't be able to change all the clips out right now, but they're coming. And it actually comes with the little inserts even too. So that's a pretty sweet deal. So basically I'm going to get back to running this wiring. I don't know a best way to film this, but we'll try to do the best I can. So we'll see what we can do here. You might just be seeing me work it up underneath all upside down and stuff, because that's about the best we're going to be able to film. Alright, so basically I'm going to take some wire loom and start from here and work my way over, because that's where we're going to hook up all the power. This here is basically nothing to hook up over here, so I'm going to wire loom, feed this up in there, and then get it going that way. And then I'm basically just, there's a little beam support right under here. I'm basically just going to zip tie it up right under there all the way across. So let me see if I can get y'all somewhat over here. So y'all can kind of see a little bit of the process there. I fit it up a little bit inside that hole, so that way it won't be sitting here chafing. Now I could just go ahead and put this behind the carpet, matter of fact, instead of tying it up high. Take the easy route. So, let me check out this trim piece. So yeah, we could just basically start going up with it. So let's try to get this piece back on. All right, I gotta get the screw gun, but we gotta splice those two wires in to that harness, and then we'll keep working our way around. Alright, so we got the wiring pretty much all tucked up here. I actually found some spots in the fuse holder for power with the key, and as you can see with the door lock now, don't have to have the key on. So now we have badass door locks and windows. So yep, turn the key on. Make sure the radio's off. And see, you can see they're lit up. There we go. That is it there. Beautimus Maximus. So now I'm going to work on these door panels. I'm not going to quite put them on yet, but we are going to cut out the holes there and get that ready. And then I'm going to sand these down. And I went and got some paint with some clear coat, and we're going to try to make them look a little bit better than what they are now. So let's get to that. And that will pretty much almost end this video. I probably won't release the door panels until the next video, and then y'all can see it kind of all together. But you pretty much, it's together. You can see how to do it. It's not too bad. So that is about it. I mean, the only thing else left that I didn't show y'all is you basically just figure out where you want this, cut out a hole to put your wiring through, and put your switches on. So hopefully y'all liked this video. Hopefully it was somewhat informative. There's a whole bunch of other videos out there on this install. Make sure and check those out. They may be a little bit more informative than that. But if you're doing a C1500 or maybe a C10, you can follow this video. It'll somewhat help you along. Make sure and comment below if you have any more questions, and I'll for sure get back to you as soon as I possibly can. It's usually pretty quick. But thanks for all the followers. Thanks for all the people subscribing, and thanks for all the people that keep on watching. Until next time, keep it simple, keep it sweet.